Welcome back to Anime Fight Club, everyone. My name is Grim. Today we're continuing the fight between Baki and Musashi. I guess this is like part 2 or 3. Chapter 186, entitled Nearby. We'll be finishing this volume 21 in this video. Eager to see what's about to happen. So they're staring off at each other again. It turned into a sensing your reaction first battle. The level of this battle is almost insane. They have to read the determination to step in before the opponent does. Matobe exhales. In these battles, the person himself is not aware of it. They have to deal with what happens in their own heart before reacting. We may have been using overly colorful language to describe this, but still. They're both just staring at each other. The status quo of this battle hasn't moved forward. Look, he moved. So Baki takes a right step forward. And he's just walking. Just walking up to Musashi, who is still waiting for something with intention. Like Baki's just moving to close distance, but there's no intention in his strike, so Musashi's still standing there. So Gaia's looking onward. He has an exclamation point over him. Something's caught his attention. He's just walking normally. Why? So Matobe just looks on Kaku. Matobe and Kaku seem to know something, while Chiharu and Gaia here are trying to figure it out. So Baki lifts his foot. This one must have some intent behind it, since we see this flash behind it. Baki throws this kick. He threw a bunch of kicks. It's like he threw 3, and Musashi blocked them all. He blocked the one with his leg, one with one hand. Oh, it looks like Baki might have thrown several, but Musashi blocked them all, barehanded. Blocked every one of them. So they stop. Baki and Musashi look on at each other. Katsumi and Oliva are looking shocked. What did he just do? You were right. My strikes are easily predicted. Just like the previous 3 punches in 1. The speed for 4 strikes was so incredibly fast that you only heard it twice. If you watch that move from the beginning to the end, whatever move that can... Wow, you were right. My strikes are easily predicted. Just like the previous 3 punches in 1. The speed for 4 strikes was so incredibly fast that you only heard it twice. If you watch that move from the beginning to the end, whatever move that can't flow smoothly will not flow smoothly. Oh, that's true. In baseball, even when he can see the mastered pitching form, it is still impossible for an amateur player to even touch a pro's pitch, or a volleyball pro's attack, or a pro boxer's simple straight punch. Even when you know that they're coming and see them from miles away coming at you, it doesn't mean you can deal with them easily and effectively. Well, when you become so familiar with it, this happens. He lifts his arms up, swings them down as though he's holding those swords, the same strike that's broken bamboo, slammed Baki into the ground. Everybody's looking at Musashi. This is good. Now the weight has finally materialized. So now Musashi's in serious mode. Oh, it's much clearer than before. The pattern, the light reflection. He's holding them. He magically brought 2 swords out of nowhere. I'm gonna slash, strike, stab, hit, grapple to my heart's content. He's lost it. I'm excited for this. I am liberated, free of having mercy or considerations. First of all, when was this? When was this? It must have been when he cut that police chief in half, or when he killed Retsu, or maybe he was showing mercy when he was about to cut Hanayama in half, Or when he sliced up my man Pickle? Oh, okay. It's time to cross worthy swords. Who was the one that said that before? To cross worthy swords, underneath the long sword is the kind of hell. So, oh no, I have to go. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to go back. All right, so, or wouldn't nothing happen. But either way, in this image, Baki's foot is on top of somebody. It's on top of Musashi's, right? This is a big toe, right? Oh yeah, it's his big toe. It just looked weird. All right, don't judge me. So I don't know what he's doing. Let's keep forward. What if you make a false step? The next thing you see is heaven. So that was just him bouncing, like trying to shake him up. So he decides what he's gonna do, rushes in, throws a left strike, and is cut in half. By the way, I love close quarters battles, says Musashi. He's cut Baki in half with his imaginary sword. 187, entitled Quick Draw. So he rushes in, about to throw this mean left at Musashi. And right before, look how close this fist got to him. Musashi throws this strike, cutting Baki's torso off. See how it affected him. Huh? A slashing attack from 0 distance. This is not possible. Can he really cut him from such a short distance? The young man is feeling it. He has been slashed. No, he was not physically cut. The sword that cut him wasn't real. Even so, why? He did it. That fake slash, it worked on him. He tried to assault him, but he was stopped and he was thoroughly slashed. Even though he's trying to convince himself that it didn't happen, unfortunately his body says otherwise. Oh goodness, so even though these strikes are imaginary, the body itself feels the terror coming from, I don't know, the possibility. I love to strike until there's 0 distance. Reaches out, grabs Baki's left arm. Baki's heart drops. He picks him up. Is Baki screaming? Oh, this shocks our fighters. Oh my goodness. So you see Baki just shriek in pain. Then you see him covering his nuts. Katsumi Doppo says he's learned the lesson. Matobe is just sitting there like, well, he's adapted. Musashi dusts his hands off, says, looks over at Baki, materializes his swords again, raises them. He's holding the long sword, if I had to guess, since both hands are going up. Oh my goodness, and Baki's definitely in a terrible position to take a full slash from this man. He gets himself in the position to throw this sword. Oh my goodness, and does just that, slicing Baki in half again. So this time, had it been a real sword, this is what would have happened to him. I love the anatomy that Keisuke-sama decides to portray. It's awesome to think of the body cut from this distance, well, this angle, and then looking at it from this angle. It's all perfect. That's awesome. Pretty morbid, but awesome. His body parts fall to the ground, but in reality, Musashi tackles him in the back. Look at Baki just, oh, how rough is this? Sending Baki into the other side of the arena, into the barricade. A regular tackle? What kind of fight is this? Indeed. Musashi's doing what he has to do. I haven't seen it either. This is a new quick draw style. What happened just now is that we finally have Miyamoto Musashi in battlefield mode. He will not be satisfied with only slashing his opponents quickly. He has to indulge in the opportunity for bare-handed violence. He's cutting them, punching them, pricking them, strangling, tossing them. Without his swords, Musashi is nothing. Whoever said that should not have had such an impossible dream. He's holding these men by their necks. The look in his face, the chameleon, the eyes going in different directions. It's really something to me. In Japanese, the kanji for fight is the same as war. They fight with the swords, spears, bows, and arrows in their hands. Chapter 188, Arrival. The ultimate close combat quarters experience. Man, he's decapitated somebody. It was completely different from modern warfare, where you don't even see an enemy's face. They are thousands of miles away. You can just imagine it, the kind of war that they waged on the battlefield in ancient times. They crossed swords with each other over and over. They bumped into each other again and again. They surrounded him in 15 versus 1 assaults over and over. He kept slashing, stabbing, dashing, punching, striking, trampling, jumping, cutting, shouting, just tearing these dudes up. Oh my goodness. Even when he was on the battlefield with thousands of enemies, what that man craved was the title Invincible Under Heaven. This is just all bad, to be in the face of an army and just be bodying them. How do you send your people to fight this man? Without his swords, Musashi is nothing. If you pray to God for that miracle, you'll see him turning his back and walking away from you. Man, so basically no matter what you do, Musashi is going to be Musashi, a legend. So Baki turns around, rather pissed, holding his nuts. This is what you get, man. Y'all need to leave that alone. Stop kicking people in the nuts. People want kids. So Baki's out of breath. Fighters are shocked, trying to see what's gonna happen next. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. When did Musashi get hit? I don't know if his face realizes it here or not, but when did this happen? The brain releases a signal that's 0.5 seconds before consciousness. The person catches it half a second before he's aware of it, understanding what happens inside the opponent's head. Oh, so that wasn't a hit. They were okay. It was that little brain link thing. Okay, sorry. So I'm guessing this is happening now. Baki was still super focused, and the second Musashi was getting ready to move, Baki dashed in and grabbed both his forearms. For a fighting master, this means, so Baki ran in, grabbed both his arms, tried to go for a knee to the chin, and is redirected. Man, he's redirected, but Baki gets himself out of it, lands back on his feet, and gets back away from Musashi. So that must be why he went to see Shibukawa. That must have been that interaction. When Shibukawa stuck his hand out and Baki grabbed it and Shibukawa flipped him, Baki did that on purpose just to make sure that he could land back on his feet. He was able to do so. He just did that here with Musashi. So he backs back up. They're still linked, their brains. Baki explodes forward again. This is the same look he had when he was fighting his father. Explodes forward again. He's in the air, preparing for a strike. He's in a ball. What technique. So Musashi is still standing there, patiently waiting. As soon as Baki threw his kick, Musashi swung his sword. So whose strike made it? Was it Baki's knife edge or Musashi's katana? Oh my goodness. Musashi chopped this boy dead center in the face. Look at the audience. Sends him right into the ground. He's been thrown off. Goodness. Oh wow. So now he's just lying there, dazed. Come on, Baki. Using that silly ground bait trap. Will he fall for it? And this was the end of volume 21. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a comment below. pertaining to any thoughts or comments you might have had throughout the video. Please share with your fellow otaku. Please subscribe, hit the thumbs up, check the links in the description for the next video, as well as all of the playlists pertaining to Baki and KingJon Ashura. I hope you guys are checking out KingJon Ashura because Baki's coming to an end, so we will be doubling up on KingJon Ashura as soon as it does so, and then we'll be starting Vagabond, so I hope you guys will look forward to that. And after that comes Garuden. So hit the thumbs up, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any future uploads. Hope to see you next video, and as always, otaku for life.